First example of the point of emphasis regarding taunting. And this seems to happen, Chris, every few years where it's a point of emphasis. There it is, the motion directly to the opponent. That's the kind of thing that gets you in trouble. I remember being in some of these meetings where, you can spin the ball generally, but if you spin the ball in the direction of an opponent, then it's taunting. And I feel like it becomes a point of emphasis every few years because the officials don't want to call it. The officials understand there's emotion involved. The basic concept is if guys are engaged in these kinds of behaviors, there's a greater chance there's going to be a fight. I don't know that I can sign on for that idea that there's going to be an all-out brawl on the field just because there's a display of machismo after a guy makes a good play. But that's the line that the NFL believes it's trying to walk here. And every time it's a point of emphasis, we get a social media reaction that it's the no fun league. Your thoughts?
Well, I know. I do. I want to see players be excited, and I do like players sometimes getting in each other's face and talking and having that, talking trash and having the emotions of the game and everything like that. But, I do think what I think that does bother me and what the NFL wants to get at, and I think what also, for lack of a better way, pisses off players, especially defenders and things like that, or offensive guys, is when that guy, makes a play and stands up above you and, stands over you. And, again, lack of a better way to say, puts his crotch all up in your face and stuff and, yeah, I made the tackle. I'm sorry. That's going to cause a reaction. And you deserve to have a penalty on that. That's the one where I'm like, yeah, that's not cool. That's disrespectful, period. That guy should be able to get up and get in your face and get mad and be pissed and all those type of things. But I just hope they don't go too far, like you said, where we're spinning a ball and not looking at anybody, and now we're going to throw a penalty and things like that. That's when it does, bother me, and it does become the no fun league.
And I think getting up and spinning the ball is okay, but if you spin the ball at the feet of an opponent,
sure,
that's when you've crossed the line.
Right.
And I still don't believe that this is the kind of stuff that is going to result in fights on the field. It's one of the reasons why the celebration rules were what they were for so long until 2017, when there was a dramatic relaxation. There was this bizarre thinking that when the guy scores a touchdown, if he's going to do something over the top, use the ball as a prop, group celebration, whatever, you're going to have a rumble in the end zone. And I'd like to think that we have a little more faith in the guys who are wearing the uniforms, that they know how to control themselves and not get into fights, because that's definitely when 15-yard penalties are going to be meted out. I think that the reason people get upset is there's just a certain element of, well, we can't really trust our players to be responsible, mature adults, so we have to eliminate any and all situation where they may be tempted to start beating the crap out of each other.
Well, yeah, I think it's to me it comes back to the personal disrespect or respect thing there. That's where it comes. I think the players, to your point, came to terms with, wait, that team scored a touchdown. Okay, they're allowed to celebrate and they're allowed to have their fun as long as it's not doing something directly at us to be disrespectful. I think that's where it gets into that taunting and, the crotch in your face and all those type of things. All right. So I think that's where they got to get. And to me, in my experience too, that's where players do get pissed off, when you make it a personal type thing. Now, how far does it go? We just showed those Tyreek Hill plays there with the throwing up the deuces. Are they talking that this year? But
he gets flagged for that from time to time.
From time to time, he has.
Part of it is, do they even notice it, and are they willing to pull the flag and be the no fun league official? That's why it's a point of emphasis, because too many guys won't throw the flag.
I hope if he doesn't do it and turn around and put it in somebody's face, I hope he can still do it and throw it up in the air, and they can the referees can realize listen, he's just celebrating, he's running the end zone. What's the difference between that and high stepping in the end zone like Deion Sanders used to do? As long as you don't get in someone's face and do that. To me, I think a lot of it, where I think the jump off a little bit, and you tell me, is just the thing that happened in the Super Bowl too. I think that to me is probably one thing the NFL looked at when we don't like the look of this in our big game here with Antoine Winfield Jr. getting over the top of Tyreek Hill and doing it back to him. But I just hope they can have that governor of not being too strict with this.
Yeah, maybe they're concerned not just about retaliation in the form of a fight. Maybe they're concerned about retaliation in the form of even more overt taunting, like getting in his face, and that being one of the enduring images from Super Bowl 55.
Yes.
Once the game was decided, Antoine Winfield waited until Don Meredith was somewhere singing "Turn Out the Lights, the Party's Over" to put the fingers in his face. With the Chiefs, you don't want to do that prematurely because you know what the Chiefs can do. Hey, Chris, one more point. Because today is the first day that anyone who pre-ordered the Madden 22 game is able to play it. Hey, there's a button on the controller. You're running into the end zone. You hit that button. You can hit it anywhere. You can hit it in the field of play. And you don't know what the animation's going to be. And they stick the ball out. They taunt. They do things that potentially would result in a foul. So, the NFL licensing and shield and logos is all over that game. You want to send the right message. There'd be a lot of people upset if you take that out of the Madden game. I guarantee you that.
Definitely. It's one of the things I look for. I don't play much anymore, but when I do play my little boy, man, I love to taunt him as I'm going into the end zone and doing something like that. So, all right. What do they say in EA Sports?
Listen,
if it's in the game, it's in the game. So I don't know if it's going to be in there anymore.
That means, well, no, maybe it's there. You can still do it, but you worry about point of emphasis, and you're going to get a 15-yard penalty. You need to get a PS5. I got a PS5.
Okay.
Somehow, some way, my wife is very diligent. She's managed to find one for pretty much everyone in the family who wants one over the course of the last 9 months. You need to get a PS5. You need to get Madden 22.
You want to play online?
You need to get hooked up.
Yeah.
And I will kick your ass.
Okay. All right. No, I
will be the
might take that challenge.
With Sam Ellinger at quarterback.
Right.
And I will kick your ass.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll see about that. All right, there, Slugger.
And I will taunt you.
Oh, yeah. I know you will. I'm sure. But let's be careful about you thinking you're going to kick my butt. There's a little more football knowledge here and a lot of years of playing Madden with these fingers and thumbs. I used to be pretty damn good, so I'm not going to go down easily.
Yeah. But I think you're kind of like Shaq trying to shoot free throws. His hands were so big he couldn't quite
Yeah, that's right.
I think you've got like the big giant ET fingers all over that controller, and you don't know how to.
Well, it is why I like the Xbox controller. Like I want to tell you, get an Xbox, and then we can play because that's what I would rather play on over the PS5. But okay, it's all right. I'll bow to you and try to do that, and we can have some fun.
All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.